Good morning. For this lesson, we will be practicing polynomial long division and how to apply it to find the information about a polynomial and then to graph it. So you notice for each example, you're somehow given one of the intercepts. Either they state it like they do here, or it shows it on the graph. So for example, the factor here would be x minus 3. So as you go through it, first I am going to do the long division, and I'll show a good way to type it. So you can use the line tool to do a division sign. And then, actually to type it, you can draw like that. Right? The divisor goes on the outside, which is x plus 1. And then over here, what you're dividing, x to the third power minus x squared minus 5x minus 3. And each step, you have to consider okay, what do I multiply x by to cancel out the first term here? For example, it's x cubed. So x times x squared is x cubed. So that's what I write up here. X squared. Right? It's just like regular long division. Then you go down here and you multiply this x squared by x plus 1, the entire thing. So you get x cubed negative x cubed plus x squared. And notice, actually, in this case, they both cancel out. When you change the sign, no, it doesn't. Excuse me. So you subtract it. These two cancel out. But this becomes x squared, negative x squared minus x squared. And so that is negative 2x squared. Okay. Next step in long division is to bring down the next term. And then you repeat the process. Again, you're always trying to cancel out this first term. So x times negative 2x, so minus 2x is negative 2x squared. Okay, so I put that up here. Then I think, okay, I multiply this times the entire thing, right, the binomial. So there will be two terms here. So it's negative, excuse me, this isn't squared, this is just 2x, because negative 2x times x is negative 2x squared. The negative 2x times 1 is negative 2. And then the minus changes the sign, so the first two cancel out. This becomes negative 5x plus 2x. So that's negative 3x. I bring down the next number, which is 3. And let me think. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. So I put that here. All right. And then I write it over here. So it's minus, and notice we end up with the same thing. Negative 3x minus 3. It's the same thing, so it cancels out, and you get 0. If it helps, you could write out the bottom of the lines here to show what you're subtracting. But the point is our factor is up here. And I think, okay, how do I factor this? Well, let's see. X squared minus 2x minus 3. If I factor that, I get x minus 3 times x plus 1. So, in conclusion, my function is, let's call it f of x plus 1 times x minus 3 times x plus 1. All right? let's see, end behavior. The original function is odd and positive. So I draw on the graph. If I draw my arrows on the graph, it goes from negative to positive. The y-intercept is -3. It's just a constant over here. Then my x-intercepts are x equals -1, x equals 3, and x equals, oh, -1 again. That's a repeated 0. I notice it's the same thing. So I'm going to just rewrite it. And -1 repeats twice. So it's going to bounce off that point. Great. So I start down here. Actually, I'll mark my intercepts. -1. It's going to bounce off this point. And it's going to go to -3. -3. Then it's going to go up to 3 and go directly through 3. All right, so I start down here. I bounce off there, go through here, go right through 3, and that's the function, and that's all there is to it. The longest step is probably the long division in order to get the factors. So remember to take your time with that. Check the resources online, like on Google Classroom, on how to do that. Ask if you have any questions, and just try your best on that. All right? Well, have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time.